Hey yo, music lovers, don't scroll. Stick around for the King of Kings music industry secrets. Secrets that even popular artists don't want underground artists to know. Once you know these secrets, you're the King of Kings in music. You understand? I'm say King of Kings, me like Vybz Kartel or a Beenie Man. You understand? Just stick around and you will hear these secrets. Don't miss this. And stick around for the last one, because the last one, that is the secret sauce. You understand? That is like the kernel secret recipe. So just stick around. Yeah, so you see, life is all about psychology. You know, and he who knows psychology knows how people think. So when you know how people think, you know, you'll also know their behavior. So psychology is basically the study of behavior in human and animal. So we're gonna incorporate psychology in these secrets. You know, so yeah. Oh, and nothing is really a secret. It's just truth hidden in plain sight that you're not conscious of. So become conscious of it. No, and that does not mean that you will find the kernel secret recipe hanging in plain sight. Okay, so secret number one. Recording label. Let me tell you a little secret. Nowadays, labels prioritize artists, and most of them are just like females who just want the top class, you know, people, the top class man. They don't want to build no artists, because some of them, they will either have some related trauma story about artists that abandon them and them label and the whole team after, you know, artist development, you know, after them develop the artist and all of that, you know. So most of them, these labels just want high class performing artists. You know, they only want the top class performing artists. But just as our girl, you know, don't want to build, you know, a so-called low life man, it's just the same way some labels just don't want to risk building a low life artist or a underground artist. You know, so the secret to this, you know, is to build yourself. I say build yourself, I mean like start off like this. Well, there's a big problem with most artists, you know, that I find. So you're interested in music and you say you love music and music is your passion, but you won't make certain sacrifices for yourself as an artist, and then being observed by even the label, because label observe artists, in case most of you guys don't know. So it's like you won't build yourself. It's like, for instance, say I was to take up an artist and I'm spending my money to promote that artist. What I look is if the artist is even willing to take his money and promoting himself. You know, because like young producers like me, I'm not there yet, you know, but I'll spend, you know, like a sum, you know, a small sum of cash, you know, just to try to get things across in terms of promotional, purpose, you know. But sometimes when you look at some of these artists, they are not even willing to spend $1 on themselves. So some of them sit around and they wait for that big spender, or they wait for that label to give them that recognition. No, these labels are just like females who are waiting for you to do something or wait for something to come your way for them to wanna be that person that is there for you. So the label is just like after your boss now, them one didn't know for reap after what you saw. After, you know, just like Alkaline would say, if him did get a tropical rhythm, he would have glad him get something. So not saying this to discourage artists from signing deals and thing, but I'm just letting you know. So if you really want a label to pick you up, it's like you have to do for yourself first. So when you do for yourself, you won't put the label under that much strain. So it's like at the end of the day, whatever contract you are going to sign, it will go more in your favor. You understand? You won't put them under this strain of trying to spend so much to get your music out there. You understand? So it's like you're the product. They know your power that you already have. So basically, the label will make deals with you. in order, to you get a cut, them get a cut. But the key thing is building yourself. Stop thinking that you're the toughest and you're the baddest thing and someone is gonna find you and invest in you. Start investing in yourself first. When you invest in yourself, that will come along. You understand? And then you are the man, so the labels will have to make these contracts mostly in your favors. You understand? But it still has to be confidential and there'll still have to be terms and an agreement. So the secret is build yourself, and all of these things that you want and label, they will come. You understand? The expensive camera, the expensive music video with all the girls and the cash and all of that, all of it will come. You understand? It will come. You see me? Yeah, everything where you think about and rare, it will come. Just first, the number one secret is invest in yourself, and that this secret mostly goes to underground artists and upcoming artists. So that's one of the main secret. That secret number one, and it is very important. It is what will lay the foundation of your career. So the foundation of your career starts with you. All right. Okay, so yeah, number two secret now. The second secret is secret of being missed. So I don't know if them artists are read the 48 laws of power or something, but let us use Alkaline and Vybz Kartel as two perfect examples. Now, someone cannot be so welcome if they weren't so scarce, and that type of style is used by Alkaline by not being too regular. And I don't know if it was deliberate. It was a kind of stunt in Vybz Kartel career. There's a lot of a lot of saying out there. We're not sure, but that certain things are staged. But Vybz Kartel career where he's fresh from prison. So this man left an impact in the earlier part of his career on the dancehall industry, and then he went to prison, and then he came back, making him even more missed. You understand? And so you see, saying this to say that, you see, like some of these artists that think they want to be relevant right out and right through, they're gonna get stale at some point, and some new fresh somebody is gonna come and give their ears, the people's ears I should say, a wow, and then they're gonna be put like in the back for a while until they probably can find a hit again, or they take a break and come back and sound fresh. Fresh things to the ears, just like how this new artist that came in fresh. You understand? So yeah, so that's one of the most powerful secret. So I'm not even there yet in the rest of secret, meaning I don't even reach far yet, but number two is very important. It's a very important secret. Okay, all right, number three now is being a refuge. What I say being a refuge is, have you ever noticed that certain type of songs never gets old? Yeah, it just never get old. It play for generations upon generations. Everybody know it, and all who just born are gonna know it. You understand? Have you ever wondered why there has never been a greater song than Bob Marley type of music or Michael Jackson? Right? Because these type of music are cry, from the souls. They are these music are soul cries, and they are also food for the soul. That the world can relate to over ages and ages and generations upon generation. Things like being a good lyricist or a crazy lyricist, yes, that give people brain dopamine spikes and let they say wow, and send them out this world. That's great, but it's just like a comic cartoon. You understand? At the end of the day, you watch it and you laugh, but you go want more. And the want where you want more is that something that is even more comedic or give your brain more dopamine spike can even replace that. So check out a lyricist. Yo, you say a man say him is the baddest lyricist, and here comes another lyricist that give the brain even a more higher dopamine spike that give the brain more high. Two tools. You that say that you're a lyricist, you know there's someone that replaced you. You know? So the brain will crave more dopamine, crave more of that lyricist. But when your music is food for the soul, or your music is the soul cry, it's like it's something relatable, and it's not just a dopamine spike, that someone is gonna crave over and over again. It's actually fulfillment. And every time you listen it, you're gonna be fulfilled. So that's the truth of being a refuge. Being a refuge now means that your music is something that people can run to in their times of trouble. You understand? Remember, poverty is there. At the end of the day, when a man leave a party where there's a lot of hype and a lot of jolly van going on and thing, tomorrow when he reach home and he probably cannot find food, he want to go and listen to probably some reggae or some Michael Jackson or some type of music that is a cry of his soul, and then he wants to go and listen every little thing. It's gonna be alright. You understand? That is food for the soul. Wake up this morning. So what? That type of music is a refuge, something that people can run to in their times of hardship. So let your music be a refuge, that people that are the refugees can run to your music. So that's also a very, 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 very important secret. That secret is critical secret, very critical. So not saying that you shouldn't go and be lyrical or things like that, but I'm just saying, because the best hit songs or the biggest songs in the world wasn't about lyrics. It wasn't about spitting 24 bars of rhyming words. No, it wasn't about that. It was about something simple. You understand? Something very, very, very simple. Okay, so be a refuge. Let your music be something that people can run to in their times of needs and want and hardship. Okay. Oh, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more interesting music industry videos. Okay, when I say videos, I mean performance from underground artists, established artists, interviews with legends, people that have been in the industry for years with a lot of experience and knowledge to share, and a lot of history also.
No, them in a trouble. Now we them a